spotlight tonight is Duncan Mitchell from Halifax, an optometrist, and his subject is Punch magazine. Melanie Martin from Harold Wood, a law reporter, and her subject is Kurt Cobain. Roy Humphrey from Wooler, Northumberland, a retired civil servant, his subject, the novelist Thomas Love Peacock. And Derek Moody from Warrington, a production manager, and his subject, the television series Survivors. Hello and welcome to Mastermind with me, John Humphreys. Tonight is the last of our heats. One of our contenders will take the last place in the semi-finals and move a step closer, perhaps, to becoming the nation's mastermind. But first, they have to go through the usual ordeal. 2 minutes of questions on their specialist subject and another 2 minutes on general knowledge. That's all they get. So, let's get on with it. Let me ask our first contender to join us, please. And your name is?
Duncan Mitchell.
Your occupation?
Optometrist.
And your chosen subject?
Punch magazine, 1841 to 1992.
Punch magazine, in 2 minutes starting now. Which dramatist was Punch's first solo editor, ran the magazine until his death in 1870?
Mark Lemon.
Correct. What was the title of cartoon number 1, which was drawn by John Leach and published in 1843?
Substance and Shadow.
Yes. Which Victorian writer's Book of Snobs had originally appeared as a series in Punch under a modified title?
William Thackeray.
Yes, in a celebrated cartoon by J.W. Taylor, Jane Austen's being told by her publisher that what will have to go?
All this effing and blinding.
Yes. Who edited the magazine from 1953 to 57 and was the first person to be appointed to that post without having previously been a member of staff?
Malcolm Muggeridge.
Correct. Which book by Seller and Yateman was developed from a series of extracts in Punch, including Ethelred the Unready, A Weak King?
1066 and all that.
Correct. Which illustrator was a member of staff from the mid-1890s until his death in 1903 and created a series of drawings of the poor of London, such as A Sketch from Life?
Phil May.
Correct. In March 1972, the jazz trumpeter Humphrey Lyttelton contributed an article on the musical invasion from which country entitled How to Play Away from Home and Win?
Cuba.
America. Under what name did the cartoonist Cyril Bird draw many cartoons for Punch, as well as the Careless Talk Costs Lives campaign?
Fougas.
Yes. What did Richard Doyle create for the magazine in the 1840s, which was then used continuously for over 100 years?
The front cover.
Yes. In October 1953, which future poet laureate contributed an article called A Frank Address to the Old School?
Ted Hughes.
Betjeman. Geoffrey Willans and Ronald Searle created stories that were credited to Nigel Molesworth, who was a pupil at which fictional school?
St Custard's.
Correct. In a piece published in 1954, who defended himself against the accusation that he had an undue fondness for earls?
P.G. Woodhouse.
Yes. What's the title of Tennille's celebrated cartoon of Kaiser Wilhelm II dispensing with the services of his Chancellor Bismarck?
Dropping the Pilot.
Yes. What was the assumed name of the cartoonist who drew the cover of the February 1975 edition, which was entitled To Russia with Harold?
Trog.
Yes. Norman Thelwell had the first of his many celebrated drawings of which animal published in Punch in 1953?
Ponies.
Yes. Under what? Just started, but I'll finish. Under what assumed name did Mary Dunn write The Memoirs of Mipsy?
Blanche Lady Adel of Egg.
Exactly. No passes. Duncan Mitchell, 15 points. And our next contender, please. And your name is?
Melanie Martin.
Your occupation?
I'm a law reporter.
And your chosen subject?
It's the life and music of Kurt Cobain.
Kurt Cobain in 2 minutes starting now. In which city in Washington state was Cobain born in February 1967 at the Grays Harbor Community Hospital?
Aberdeen.
Yes. Nirvana first signed with which small independent record label in 1988?
Sub Pop.
Correct. Who replaced Dave Foster and Aaron Burkhardt as Nirvana's drummer in 1988?
Chad Channing.
Yes. Which uncredited 13th track on the Nevermind album is hidden and only plays if the CD is left to run?
Endless Nameless.
Yes. What was the title of Nirvana's first single, which was released in limited numbers on a subscription-only basis in October '88?
Love Buzz.
Yes. The video for Smells Like Teen Spirit shows an actor performing which job that Cobain himself had once had?
Janitor.
Yes. When kicked out of the family home, Cobain claims to have lived under which bridge over the Wishkar River in North Aberdeen, where there's now a shrine dedicated to his memory?
The Young Street Bridge.
Yes. What was the name of the Portland nightclub where Cobain first met Courtney Love?
Satyricon.
Correct. In which city did Nirvana make their UK concert debut as part of their first European tour in October '89?
Newcastle.
Yes. Which song from the In Utero album was apparently written by Cobain in a cupboard at his mansion and gave Nirvana their only UK top 5 hit single in September '93?
Heart-shaped box.
Yes. What was the name of the venue in Munich where Nirvana played their last gig in March '94?
Terminal Irons.
Yes. Cobain wrote which song on the album Bleach about his then-girlfriend Tracy Miranda after spending an entire afternoon listening to Meet the Beatles?
About a girl.
Correct. In his suicide note, Cobain quoted which line from the Neil Young song My, Hey, Hey, Out of the Blue?
It is better to burn out than to fade away.
Correct. What was the name of the private investigator that Courtney Love hired on the 3rd of April '94 to trace Cobain, who was by then a missing person?
Tom Grant.
Correct. Which Nirvana album topped the charts in both Britain and America 7 months after Cobain's death?
Unplugged in New York.
Correct. On New Year's Eve in '91, Nirvana performed with Pearl Jam at which San Francisco venue?
Pass.
What 2 forenames did Kurt and Courtney give to their only child, a baby girl born in August '92?
Francis Bean.
Yes, Cobain recruited which member of the LA punk band The Germs? I've started, so I'll finish. As Nirvana's second guitarist in 1993, he first performed with them on Saturday Night Live on the 25th of September.
Pat Smear.
Pat Smear is correct. You had 1 pass. It was Cow Palace, the venue in San Francisco. 1 pass. Melanie Martin, 17 points. And our next contender, please. And your name is?
Roy Humphrey,
Your occupation?
international civil servant, retired.
And your chosen subject?
The life and novels of Thomas Love Peacock.
Thomas Love Peacock, in 2 minutes, starting now. To whom did Thomas Love Peacock propose marriage by letter in November 1819, although he'd not seen her for 8 years?
Jane Griffiths.
Correct. In Crotchet Castle, Mr. Crotchet Jr. joins which company when he comes down from Oxford?
Pass.
In The Misfortunes of Elphin, which is set in the time of King Arthur, which city on the River Usk is described as the metropolis of Britain?
Caerleon.
Correct. Peacock spent his early childhood at which house that belonged to his maternal grandfather, Captain Thomas Love?
In Chelsea.
Cogmore Hall. In Melincourt, Sir Orang Houghton and Simon Sarcastic are elected as the representatives of which ancient and honourable borough without a poll having taken place?
1 vote.
Correct. The morning after the dinner at Headlong Hall, the 3 philosophers go for a walk to which little town that is built on land reclaimed from the sea?
Tremadoc.
Correct. Peacock worked for which company from 1819 till he retired in 1856?
The East India Company.
Yes, in Maid Marian, which of Robin Hood's men is named as Vice President of the High Court of the Foresters, which is agreed on the 6 principles of their society?
Little John.
Will Scarlett. In which magazine was Grill Grange serialised when it was published for the first time in 1860?
The Examiner.
Fraser's magazine. What was the name of the girl whom the Peacocks adopted after the death of their daughter Margaret?
Mary Rosewall.
Correct. Who first published all but one of Peacock's 7 novels, starting with Headlong Hall in 1815?
Sorry. Pass.
What name does Celinda Toobad use when she first meets Skythrop in his tower at Nightmare Abbey?
Stella.
Correct. Love Peacock was named as an executor in the will of which friend and fellow poet who died in 1822?
Shelley.
Correct. In Maid Marian, Father Michael leaves which abbey and takes the name Friar Tuck after his brothers sentence him to 7 years without wine?
Rednose.
Ruby Gill. In Headlong Hall, whose skull does Mr. Escott absolutely and unconditionally surrender to Mr. Cranium to win the hand of his daughter Cephalis?
Cadwallader.
Yes, from 1808, I'll finish the question, Peacock served briefly on board which ship that he described as a floating inferno in a letter to Hookham?
The Venerable.
It was indeed the Venerable. You had those 2 passes. Hookham published all but one of his 7 novels, and Catchflat and Company was that company. He joined when he came down from Oxford. 2 passes, Roy Humphrey, 10 points. And our final contender, please. And your name is?
Derek Moody.
Your occupation
Production manager.
and your chosen subject.
The Survivors TV series.
The Survivors in 2 minutes, starting now. In the first episode, Abby makes what plea to the heavens as she leaves Brimfield Church, having found it full of dead villagers?
Oh God, may I not be alone.
Yes, oh God, please don't let me be the only one. Which actress plays Susan, who nurses Jack Wood back to health after he's found injured in the woods in Manhunt?
Pass.
Why is Greg forced to pull the tanker off the road on the way to trade it for provisions in something of value?
The brakes failed.
Yes, how many communities are marked on the map of Britain that Agnes shows to Charles in Long Live the King?
28.
Yes, in Lights of London, who stood against Manny when the London settlement held an election to choose their leader?
Wally.
Yes, when Charles kills one of Hubert's rams in Birth of a Hope, what does Hubert kill in retaliation?
One of Pet's pigs.
Yes, in Over the Hills, to whom does Ruth say that the death of the world has given you a much happier life than you ever had before?
Charles Vaughan.
Yes, what's the reason for Frank Garner becoming weaker and eventually dying in The Enemy?
His pacemaker's failing.
Yes, in the episode A Friend in Need, what is Jenny pretending to be doing at the base of the wind pump when she offers herself as bait for the sniper?
Hammering nails into a post.
The repairing offence, yes. At the end of the May Day party in the episode Law and Order, Paul leads the group in a rendition of which Buddy Holly song?
It doesn't really matter anymore.
Yes, it doesn't matter anymore. In Genesis, who enforces his claims to be the area organiser by ordering the summary execution of the colonel?
Wormley.
Yes, where do the locals gather on what becomes a market day in response to Bill Sheridan's announcement that he's leaving the district in the episode Bridgehead?
Highly railway station.
Correct. Which of the new arrivals in the episode of that title christens himself the roving guru as he prepares to leave the community?
Mark Carter.
Correct. In the episode of Beginning, Ruth reveals that she was studying medicine at a training hospital in which town before
Reading.
the infection struck?
Reading.
Yes, in The Chosen, Charles and Pet are returning from a trip to gather what commodity when they come upon the commune run by Max and Joy?
Salt.
Yes, what do Greg and Jenny use as bait to draw away the pack of dogs that attack Emma Cohen in Starvation?
Rabbit.
A rabbit carcass, correct. When Ruth attempts to treat Paul's infection in Greater Love, her homemade isolation suit is sterilised with a solution of paraffin and which other substance?
DDT.
DDT is correct. You had one pass. June Brown was the actress who played Susan. Derek Moody, 16 points. So that's the first round, the specialist subjects. Very close it was too. Let's have a look at the scores. Fourth place with 10 points, Roy Humphrey. Third place with 15 points, Duncan Mitchell. Second place with 16 points, Derek Moody. In the lead, just with 17 points, Melanie Martin. So the general knowledge round now, and if there's a tie at the end of this round, then the number of passes get taken into account, which is why it is sometimes better not to pass, but to take an educated guess. Let's get on with it and ask Roy Humphrey to join us again, please. And we're going to have to find out about that little beast that you're carrying there. What is it and why is it?
He is a wombat.
A wombat.
And I am his mascot.
You are his mascot, right. Thomas Love Peacock, best friend of Shelley, an interesting writer, but not, I suppose, a name most people would have at the tip of their tongue.
No, but he's one of the most attractive late 18th, early 19th century satirists.
So it's humour that he is remembered for?
I would say so. Anyone who could send up the lake poets cannot be all bad.
And I suppose a Mastermind contender could get some useful guidance from the thoughts
Yes.
of...
There's one footnote in which he uses the phrase, "My weary memory vainly stowing with heaps of knowledge not worth knowing."
Quite. Well, you've scored 10 points with your knowledge of him. Let's see how you do with general knowledge. 2 minutes, starting now. In which city is the Ashmolean, Britain's oldest public museum of art, archaeology and natural history?
Oxford.
Yes. Which legendary film actress died in 1990, 49 years after making her last film, Two-Faced Woman?
Gillian Gish,
Greta Garbo. What colour are the poisonous ripened berries of the deadly nightshade?
purple.
Black. In the Second World War, what name was given by the Allies to the system of pillboxes and defensive positions that had been built along Germany's western frontier?
Siegfried Line.
Yes, coney is the old name for which animal and is also applied to its fur?
Rabbit.
Yes, the naming of which art movement is often credited to the French journalist Louis Leroy, writing in the satirical magazine Charivari in 1874?
The Impressionists.
Yes. Which ecclesiastical post was held by Geoffrey Fisher from 1945 till 61 when he was succeeded by Michael Ramsey?
Archbishop of Canterbury.
Correct. In Oscar Wilde's play The Importance of Being Earnest, what type of sandwiches were Lady Bracknell's favourites?
Salmon paste.
No, cucumber. The River Spray runs through the centre of which European capital city?
Spray. Berlin.
Yes. Which actress appeared as Mrs. Blewett in Open All Hours and as Nora Batty in Last of the Summer Wine?
Pass.
Which English dish of Indian origin normally consists of a mixture of rice, smoked haddock and hard-boiled eggs?
Kedgeree.
Correct. What is the grammatical term for a verb that does not have a direct object?
Intransitive.
Correct. With which of the three tenors, as Dame Kitty Takano, were recorded albums of songs from the musicals South Pacific and West Side Story?
Pavarotti.
No, Carreras. Which author wrote 20 novels detailing the naval exploits of Captain Jack Aubrey and Dr. Stephen Maturin during the Napoleonic Wars?
O'Brien.
Yes. Which British Prime Minister played cricket for Middlesex in his youth and toured South America with the MCC in the 1920s?
John Major.
Alec Douglas Hugh. Which singer's stage name was Parisian slang for sparrow?
Edith Piaf.
Yes, the comedian Archie Rice, originally played by Laurence Olivier, is the leading character in which play by John Osborne?
Look Back in Anger.
No, The Entertainer. One pass. The actress who appeared as Mrs. Blewett was Kathy Staff. You have a total, Roy Humphrey, of 20 points. And now Duncan Mitchell, please. Punch magazine, which lasted a very long time.
In its original form, 151 years.
Produced the first cartoon.
Yes, John Leach's Substance and Shadow was entitled Cartoon #1. Cartoons had previously been preliminary drawings of future works of art, and this is the first time that the cartoon became known in what you might call its current form.
It produced, I suppose, the most memorable images of Victorian England. I mean, when a lot of people think of Victorian England, they see it through those Punch cartoon images.
Absolutely, yeah. People are old enough in the audience will remember Upstairs, Downstairs, and all their costume research went on at the Punch offices, apparently, because
really?
They found it the most accurate place to see what people were wearing at that time.
Right, 15 is what you scored with Punch. Let's see how you do with general knowledge. 2 minutes, starting now. The title of which novel by Joseph Heller is used in everyday language to describe a no-win situation?
Catch-22.
Correct. In which Eastern religion is the founder known by a title meaning enlightened one?
Shinto.
Buddhism. In rugby, what's the surname of Rory and Tony, who in 1992 became the first brothers to play together in an England rugby union side since before the Second World War?
Underwood.
Yes. Which red wine is known as Egri Bikaver in Hungary, its country of origin?
Bull's Blood.
Yes. Which Berkshire village, the home of the Atomic Weapons Research Establishment, became synonymous with CND marches in the late 50s and early 60s?
Aldermaston.
Yes. Who plays the title role in the 1991 film Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves?
Kevin Costner.
Correct. Which Mediterranean island group came under the protection of the British Crown in 1802, was finally annexed in 1814?
Pass.
Which folk rock band had top 20 hits in the 1970s with Gaudete and All Around My Hat?
Steel Ice Band.
Yes, in 1314, the English army was on its way to relieve the garrison besieged at which castle when it was defeated at Bannockburn?
Stirling.
Yes. Which funeral procedure was first officially used in Britain at the funeral of a Mrs. Pickersgill in Woking on the 26th of March, 1885?
Cremation.
Yes. Who wrote the lyrics and music for the Broadway musical Sweeney Todd?
Pass.
Which river of Western Australia reaches the Indian Ocean at Fremantle near Perth?
Swan.
Yes. Which American inventor built a laboratory and machine shop at Menlo Park in New Jersey in 1876?
Edison.
Yes. What common alternative name for the Arctic beluga whale comes from its distinctive colouring?
Blue Whale.
White whale. In which police drama series of the 1990s was the title role first played by Tim Pigott-Smith and later by Martin Shaw?
Pass.
Which blue pigment was originally obtained from the semi-precious stone lapis lazuli?
Indigo.
Ultramarine. By what acronym is the American Electronic Stock Exchange, founded in 1971, generally known?
NASDAQ.
Yes. Which New Zealand-born author was known specially for her detective novels featuring Inspector Roderick Allen of Scotland Yard?
Guy Marsh?
It was indeed. You had 3 passes. The Chief was that police drama series. Stephen Sondheim wrote Sweeney Todd, and Malta was the group of islands that we eventually annexed. 3 passes. Duncan Mitchell, 27 points. And Derek Moody now, please. And you're keen on The Survivors, which I have to say I missed because I was out of the country all the years it was on. But everybody says it was wonderful. Why?
It takes the still topical premise of a plague that wipes out 99.98% of the world's population. And there's quite a few powerful dramas in that deal with very basic but dramatic themes such as capital punishment, faith, law and order, procreation, loyalty, and general economic survival.
So it's a great theme, and it is how society rebuilds itself.
In basis, yes. It wasn't the original intention of the creator, Terry Nation.
No?
Terry Nation's original idea was to see how far back we would go, and that was the initial premise.
A sort of Lord of the Flies thing.
Very, very similar to Lord of the Flies, but then the producer, Terence Dudley, decided that, hold on, there are other aspects we can build onto this, and we can explore other themes that still have resonance with actually today's society.
Right, well, you have 16 points, which is a high score. 27 is the score to beat at the moment, which is a high score. Let's see if you can do it. 2 minutes starting now. Which South African archbishop won the 1984 Nobel Peace Prize?
Tutu.
Yes. Which small mammals have been traditionally baked by gypsies in a clay coating, their spines breaking off when the cooked clay is removed?
Hedgehog.
Correct. In Oliver Twist, what's the name of the murderer who kills Nancy and accidentally hangs himself while trying to escape from justice?
Sykes.
Yes. Which artist's work includes the formaldehyde pieces, the tranquility of solitude, and isolated elements swimming in the same direction for the purpose of understanding?
Hearst.
Yes, Damien Hirst. The name of which American state that effectively grew out of the so-called Indian Territory comes from the Choctaw Indian for red people?
Oklahoma.
Correct. Who was appointed as the England cricket coach following David Lloyd's departure in 1999?
Fletcher.
Yes. Which writer, played by Toby Jones in the film Infamous, was also portrayed by Philip Seymour Hoffman in an Oscar-winning performance?
Truman Capote.
Yes. Sprue is a term used in Britain for a thin, inferior type of which seasonal vegetable?
Carrot.
Asparagus. What was the German name of Hitler's expansionist doctrine, which translates as living space?
Lebensraum.
Yes. Which so-called musical instrument, popularised by Rolf Harris and consisting of a piece of hardboard, featured on his 1960 hit Timey Kangaroo Downsport?
Didgeridoo.
No, Wobbleboard. The title of which John Steinbeck novel is taken from a line in the Battle Hymn of the Republic?
Grapes of Wrath.
Yes. The 14 species of finch found mostly on the Galapagos Islands are named after which 19th century naturalist?
Darwin.
Yes. What name is given to a period in which a person or group of people are appointed to take the place of a monarch who is either a minor, incapacitated or absent?
Regency.
Yes. Which female vocalist teamed up with the Electric Light Orchestra in 1980 to give them their only #1 hit single, Xanadu?
Olivia Newton-John.
Yes. The tourist attraction on which of the British Isles include the German Underground Hospital and Grone Castle?
Jersey.
Yes. In Greek legend, whom did Theseus abandon on the island of Deir after she had helped him kill the Minotaur?
Andromeda.
Ariadne. What name of Old English origin is given to a firmly stuffed cushion for kneeling on in church?
Hassock.
Yes. Which part of a leaf is known as the petiole?
The Edge.
The Stork. Which Japanese city and winter sports resort, I've started so I'll finish, has an annual snow festival and hosted the 1972 Winter Olympics?
Sapporo.
Sapporo is correct. No passes. Derek Moody, 31 points. And finally, Melanie Martin, please. And you chose Kurt Cobain, the biggest rock star in the world, when he killed himself in, what was it, 1994?
1994. Yes, he was at the time.
So I suppose if you get to that stage where you've achieved everything you could possibly hope to, you've become immensely rich and successful and famous, what's left? Was that it? Was that why he killed himself in the end?
I don't think that there was anything left for him to do. I think he was disillusioned with the whole rock star lifestyle, and he didn't have power anymore over his own music and how it was turning out.
And when you say big, I mean bigger in terms of sales after he died, bigger than Elvis Presley.
Yes, he's just overtaken Elvis Presley as the highest grossing dead musician.
Which is quite extraordinary. Presley the
And
King.
I think the impact now on young people today, music today, you can still see Cobain's influence on current modern music far more highly than Elvis. Sorry, Elvis fans.
Right, you have 17 points at the moment. 31 is the score to beat. Let's see if you can do it with your general knowledge. 2 minutes starting now. Who starred as Edward Lewis, a corporate takeover specialist in the film Pretty Woman?
Richard Gere.
Yes, which Florentine family provided the Roman Catholic Church with 4 popes and the French monarchy with 2 queens, Catherine and Marie?
De Medici.
Yes. Kirk, Tress and Pag are the largest of the Adriatic islands of which country?
Pass.
What is the common name of the house plant nicknamed the cast iron plant because of its hardiness, which was popular in Victorian parlours?
Aspidistra.
Yes. Which modern French designers' work include the furniture for President Mitterrand's private suite in the Élysée Palace, the interior of the Café Costas in Paris, and the juicy Salif lemon squeezer?
Pass.
Which monkey gets its name because its cap of hair resembles the cowl of an order of monks?
Capuchin.
Yes. In Edward Lear's poem, what did the owl and the pussycat dine on, which they ate with a runcible spoon?
Mince and slices of quince.
Yes. Which principal dancer with the English National Ballet confirmed that she was a member of the British National Party in December 2006?
Pass.
What word can mean either a small seedless raisin or the wife or concubine of an Eastern potentate?
Sultana.
Yes. The origins of which institution date back to the early 16th century when a crown service for the carriage of government dispatches was set up?
Royal Mail.
Yes, or the postal service. Which is the only English county whose name is usually prefixed with the word county?
Durham.
Yes. In which American television comedy does America Ferrara play a plain girl from Queens who works in the superficial world of high fashion?
Ugly Betty.
Yes. The Myrmidons were a tribe of warriors who followed which Greek hero to the Trojan War?
Agamemnon.
Achilles. What term that came into use during the 1960s is used to describe traditional African-American foods such as cornbreads and black-eyed peas?
Soul Food.
Yes. Which Britpop group topped the charts in 1994 with the album Parklife?
Blur.
Yes. Dactylology is the use of fingers and hands to do what?
Pass.
Which poet wrote the verses that began "and did those feet in ancient times walk upon England's mountains green"?
Wordsworth.
William Blake. Which Italian-born jockey's first classic win was in the '94 Oaks on Balanchine?
Frankie Dettori.
Yes. What name did Lewis Haslam, I'll finish the question, and his partners give to the cellular cotton material with air pockets, which their company first manufactured in 1888?
Pass.
I can tell you then because your time is up. AirTex is the answer to that one. Dactylology means to communicate. Simone Clarke was the ballet dancer who was in the British National Party. Those 3 islands were part of Croatia, and Philippe Starck was the French designer. 5 passes, Melanie Martin, 29 points. So, at the end of that very close contest, let's have a look at the scores. In 4th place with 20 points, Roy Humphrey. In 3rd place with 27 points, Duncan Mitchell. 2nd place with 29 points, Melanie Martin. In 1st place with 31 points, he held on to his lead, Derek Moody. So, Derek Moody has claimed the last remaining semi-final slot. Congratulations to him. 96 people started this series and now 24 remain. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Moving from Surrey to Scotland next, a serious declutter in Cash in the Attic here on BBC Two.